Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with another set of Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. So far it seems like around 10 minutes or less are being shaved off from me knowing what I need to do this time.
Hi, Tyler. Oh, Carla's looking for you.
Yeah, I know. So, you ready for retirement, man?
Yeah,
What the hell?
I'm working on it.
Okay. So let's go up this, run up these stairs. Oh, come on.
Hi, Tyler.
Wow, that guy's voice was super
Hi, Garrett.
scary.
You get those lab results back?
Carla wanted to wait till you got here.
Okay, I'm gonna go dump my stuff and we'll be right back.
Okay, and then we're gonna have a lovely conversation with everyone's favorite guy.
Hey, Tyler, what do you know? Just the guy I was looking for.
Oh, shit.
You remember that $100 I loaned you about 6 months ago? I'd really like for you to get that back to me as soon as possible. Like maybe
Okay.
now, for example?
I'm basically gonna choose the...
Jeffrey, don't tell me you're prepared to ruin a beautiful friendship for $100 lousy.
This may surprise you, but yes. So give up the cash before I start to get really angry.
Yo, let me make you a deal. I'll play you a game of b-ball for your $100. If you win, I'll give you $200 right then. But if you lose, we cool.
You'll give me $200 if I win.
You got my word, man.
All right, you're on. But don't even think about not paying me if you lose, because that...
Don't worry, Jeffrey. I'll come by and see you when I get 5 minutes.
Okay. So I basically chose the same options as last time. I don't know if I just happened to choose the good ones or not, but...
The waitress hasn't come in yet?
She won't be long. Garrett got the lab results. Shall we go?
Alright, let me hang up my coat. I'll be right with you.
Okay. See you in a minute.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna... Ah, come on. Let's check his computer. Now, before I actually never saw that basketball there, so I want to see if he plays. Same. What? Millions already infected. Install the attached file to prevent the infection of your system. Your friends at Quantic Dream software. No thanks. Tyler, I'm sorry I hassled you with my worries this morning. It was stupid of me. I'm so terrified that something might happen to you that I sometimes forget how important your work is to you. I hope that one day I'll be able to convince you to change your life. I love you, Sam. Okay. You realize how important his work is to him, but you still want to change his life. Makes sense. Life sentence for 200 peer-to-peer pirates. No surprises in the case opposing recording companies to peer-to-peer pirates. The Los Angeles court announced life sentences for the 200 pirates convicted of illegally downloading MP3 music files from a peer-to-peer site. Yet again, the court pointed out that these pirates are common criminals and deserve no particular leniency. The recording companies announced that they were satisfied with the verdict. More nearly 16 inches of snow in Michigan, paralyzing road, causing 11 deaths in road accidents. 2 campers were frozen to death in the morning in New Hampshire, in White Mountain. Ohio, 200 trucks are stuck on the side of the road. After a slight let-up during the day, the situation should continue to worsen over the next few days. It's going to get better before it gets very much worse. China preoccupied by situation in Pakistan. The Chinese leader, Li Huan, has announced that he is extremely preoccupied by this current situation in Pakistan. He added that the Pakistanis had elected their new president democratically and no foreign power had the right to question their choice. He also said that China would respond to American intervention in any of China's neighboring countries. An unofficial source has reported the mobilization of 500,000 Chinese troops at the Sino-Pakistani border. I feel like it's kind of eerily nothing for him. So current world news. Just with a different country. Okay. See, this is what I want to see. Okay. Would you also like the relaxation of water? Yes, you would. Alright, so I think with this we can take off his coat. I think this is the point where I realized that the only reason why that camera is panning in front of the screen is so they don't have to do the animation for the characters taking off their coats. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's get to...
So, what do you want to start with?
Did you find anything on the coffee cup?
The only prints we found belonged to the waitress.
That's impossible, man. That cup was half empty. Somebody must have drank it. What did you find on the knife?
Got some good prints off it. They matched those found on the fork and glass at the suspect's table.
So, the murderer was definitely at that table.
Anything on the blade?
I'm getting to that. We definitely had blood from the victim, but the weird thing is we also found blood from the killer.
What about the pool of blood in the stall?
You're not going to believe this. The blood wasn't from the victim, it was from the killer.
What was he doing bleeding in the stall?
I have absolutely no idea.
Were there any prints on the book that was under the table?
Yep, and they matched the ones on the fork and the glass. So it was definitely his book. It looked like a fairly old book. Maybe we can get some more stuff out of it. So, what do you think about all that?
I don't have any explanation for the blood in the stall. The victim could have wounded the killer during a struggle, but it doesn't make sense that it would be in the stall. It's as though the killer wounded himself.
Hey, why not? You get clumsy fools in every other profession. Why not killers?
That's kind of a flimsy explanation, Garrett.
To each his own, Carla. I do the testing, you figure out the reason why.
Thanks for your help, Garrett. See you later.
So, what do we do now?
You go take care of the composite. I'm gonna go check with the coroner and see if he got anything from the body.
Okay. Catch you later. When Marcus and I were kids, we were inseparable. He's the one who took care of me after our parents died. We kind of grew apart after he became a priest. But he's still the only person I really trust. The only one who might believe that I had nothing to do with all this mess.
Okay, I think it's just gonna... Let's get the... There we go. It's not... Careful, children, I'm walking here.
I'm happy to see you. I missed you. It's been a while.
2 years.
So tell me what's happened, Lucas.
I've killed a man, Marcus. It happened at a restaurant last night. It's like I was possessed, in a sort of trance, like I was a puppet on a string. I saw what I was doing, but I was powerless to stop it.
My God. I can't believe this, Lucas. Tell me that it wasn't you. You're not capable of something like that. This murder, exactly how did it happen?
Well, after work last night, I stopped at a little diner to get something to eat. I read a book at my table, I think. And after, it's just a black hole. I don't remember anything. Right up until I found myself in the toilets with a knife in my hand. It was horrible. And there's this, too.
You cut your wrists?
Before the murder, I carved these symbols on my arms with a knife. I don't know if they mean anything.
You say that you were in a sort of a trance. But what do you mean by that? You talking about magic? Or sorcery? Or something like that?
Marcus, I don't have an explanation. I'm just telling you what happened, that's all. I'm only certain about one thing. I'm not the one who really killed that man.
Were there any witnesses? Did anyone see you?
Probably. I got out of the restaurant as best I could. The police still haven't identified me, apparently, but it probably won't take them too long to track me down. While I was doing this horrible thing, I saw something, or rather someone.
Was somebody else there with you?
No, it was like a sort of vision. I saw a man in the middle of hundreds of candles, and there was this little girl.
You saw a little girl?
She seemed alone, lost. She asked me to help her. What happened to me, Marcus? What am I supposed to do now? You know me better than anyone, Marcus. Help me.
Listen, Lucas, I'm a bit lost here. This whole story is just so bizarre. It might be better. Maybe you should go and tell your story to the police, Lucas. Turn yourself in before they find you.
Do you really think the police are going to believe a story like that? They'll throw me in prison for the rest of my life, and I'll never find out what really happened.
I am a priest, Lucas. The fact that you have taken a life is a very serious matter.
I told you that it wasn't me, Marcus. All these years and nothing's changed. You still never listen to me.
Lucas, don't ask me to make a choice between my faith and my brother.
I'm not a murderer, Marcus. You're the only person I can trust. I'm just asking you to believe me.
Very well. I'll do whatever I can for you, but I can't do anything that goes against my beliefs.
Look, I need to get some answers. I'll call you.
Here. You need this more than I do.
Marcus, you know that I don't believe in all that. Thanks.
Okay.
That kid, he's gonna slip on the ice. I've got to stop him. The cop in the restaurant. If I don't do something, the child will die. If I do something, the cop will recognize me. What am I gonna do?
Can we go forward now? Of course we're gonna save the kid. I actually failed it the first time. Because, well, you'll see the part of them. I didn't understand a certain section I was doing. So while this is happening, because all I have to do is press E and D right now.
There he is. He's lost consciousness.
Check on that when
Quick,
you get...
I've got to go back up before I run out of air.
Do that. Check on the kid after you get him out of the water. It's very cold. Oh my god. My hands are getting tired. Oh, and here we go again. Do I have to... I'm just gonna keep pressing A. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, walk forward. Okay. Listen for heartbeat.
His heart, no longer beating. Quick, maybe it's not too late.
Okay, I feel like I'm doing this way too slow.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and this is the part where I
1,
failed because I
2,
didn't
3.
understand that it specifically want me
1,
to do it on 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Patrol 324. Kid just fell into the water. Send an ambulance right away.
Man, what courage. The kid would have died. That guy's a hero.
He dove into freezing water to save the kid. The kid never would have made it out of there without him.
The cop recognized me. We both knew it. It's hard to say why he didn't turn me in. Maybe he decided I was even. I had taken a life and given one back. Nothing really changed for me. I was still wanted for murder by the police. But when I left that park, I knew I could look myself in the mirror again without cringing.
Okay, so one thing I'll say right now with the whole park section, I remember finding it was kind of jarring when he got to the whole dialogue option, mainly because you go in at controlling Lucas, but then when you're doing the whole dialogue options, you're suddenly from the perspective of his brother Marcus. So yeah, I found that jarring. And you can't really blame Marcus for not believing about the visions and stuff. It's kind of a hard pill for anyone to swallow. Okay, so we are going to do Carla's and Tyler's stuff. And the funny thing is, I think it's this point in the game where I actually finally figured out how to do the whole the whole very colorful quick time stuff.
Okay, we're going to get started. If you prefer, you can wait outside.
I'd rather stay here if you don't mind. I've studied some medicine. I've seen dead bodies.
Oh. As you wish.
You also are cops, so it's probably not the first murder.
No apparent hematoma on the body. 2 broken fingernails on the right hand.
He didn't see the murderer until the last moment. He didn't have time to struggle.
Okay, I didn't get that last time, so I think the second one's when I finally figured out how to
Large
do these.
hematoma on the back of the cranium. Fracture of the occipital bone.
He cracked his head when he fell.
Abnormal dilation in, both pupils.
Why are his pupils dilated? What did he see before he died?
3 knife wounds between the 3rd and 5th ribs in the proximity of the heart. The blade was driven in deeply. The stabs seem to have been delivered from the front and moved from left to right.
The murderer was left-handed.
1 stab neatly cut the aorta. And the other 2 cut the left and right coronary arteries. He really didn't have a chance. The blade slipped right through the ribs to cut the arteries.
Do you think the killer had some knowledge of anatomy?
It's not impossible, but I doubt that someone who understood human anatomy would do this. You'd really have to be deranged to want to provoke a slow and agonizing death in this manner.
Because, you know, those have correlations.
Did he die immediately?
No, it would be fairly slow. Probably at least 3 or 4 minutes. The time for the brain to stop functioning due to the lack of oxygen. I saw a case like this once before. It was a while back now, in the 90s, I think. Exactly the same. 3 stabs around the heart, each one cutting a main artery. It really struck me at the time. I wondered how such a thing were possible. It was the, what was that name again? Carsten or Kirsten, something like that.
Kirsten.
Yes, that's it, Kirsten. You know about that case?
Not yet. But I'm sure as hell gonna find out.
Okay. So we're going in as Tyler.
Come in.
Hello, Detective.
Hello, Mrs. Morrison. Thanks for taking the trouble to come down. Please, take a seat. Now, we're gonna try and assemble a composite photo of the suspect you saw. We have a computer program to help us. You'll see, it's really simple. It's kind of like a video game. Have you ever played a video game, Mrs. Morrison?
No.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna do fine. The most important thing is to try to remember exactly what happened. The program consists of several types of facial features. You scroll through them until it looks like the man you saw. You understand?
Yes. Well, I think I do.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna choose exactly what I chose last time. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what I was doing with this at all. Mainly, it's like, I could not figure out... See, what I love about this, like, the shape of the head is that you got, includes earrings in some of them. So which one did I choose? I think I chose this one last time. Yeah, the thing about this for me is that, like, for the life of me, I have no, like, I don't remember what his lips look like. Did I choose the right hair? I feel like I did it. Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, I spent so long trying to figure out what this one was that I kind of just gave up. I'm like, this is it. Sure, whatever. This is it. I mean, let's see if I can figure out now. I really feel like, I think this is what I chose last time. All of these. Okay, my eyes seem too small. Is that what I chose last time? I have no idea. Yeah, like, the hard part for this is I'm trying to make a 2D composite from based off of a 3D model, which I'm not paying attention to what their lips or the shape of their eyes, which I guess is maybe true to real life. I don't know. What did I choose last time? Definitely, it's like there's the obvious choices of what it's not. Oopsies. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the shape of his head just does not look right to me. But then at the same time, none of them look right to me. So I'm pretty sure I went with this. I think this is close enough to what I literally just, I gave up. I could not for the life of me figure out what in the world, what choice I was supposed to go with. So I went with this one, I think. So I'm going to keep it the same to what I had when my first playthrough. My first run of these chapters. Sorry, as I look at the time. Okay. Yeah. It's like, how am I supposed to know the shape of the eyes? This one I was trying to base off the eyebrows. I think I chose this actually. This one's the... No, I think this was what I chose last time. Not that it makes a difference. As for lips, I just went with whatever because... Sure. Yeah. I can't remember if the lips, I don't even remember the first time what lips I chose. Okay.
Now, is this the face of the person you saw?
Yes.
Yes. At least, that's how I remember him.
Thank you very much for your help. We're gonna get this picture out to all the airports, trains, and bus stations, and to all of our patrolmen. If this guy is still in New York, we're gonna find him. And go buy yourself a video game. I was burning with fever. I was shaking all over. The migraine was back and drilling holes into my brain. And to top it off, I couldn't keep any food down. My body seemed to be fighting against something, but I still didn't know what.
Okay. So, with that, I'm going to end the set here after I grab this card that's in the reflection. Because this is where I ended off last time. So yeah, now I've basically caught up to what I did before. Didn't shave off that. I just shaved off about 10 minutes or less in terms of all the sets. So you didn't, not really. It's mostly me wandering, and I think I kept things. I picked up all the stuff that I picked up last time. I chose all the same, still the same, all the same conversation points as what I chose last time. Yeah, but I have no idea. It's kind of the weird part where the whole you're being investigated and investigating. Like, I could potentially screw over one of my characters, screw over Lucas as my characters investigate the crime that he was forced to commit. So either way, thank you for liking if you like, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, and thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!